Welcome to Inside the Huddle. I'm your host, Jane Slater. Excited to welcome back my co-host, Jason Hatcher. Jason, how are you?
I'm doing great.
All right, I know we've got to talk about that tough loss in San Diego, but another week, another standout performance by you, Jason. How's that body feeling after that takedown of Phillip Rivers?
It feels great. I've been playing my best football. Just wish we could have got the win. It's not about me, it's about the team. So hopefully we can go out next week and get a win.
And here's what I love about Inside the Huddle. I know there's some stuff going on in that locker room. We want to get to the bottom of it. That's what Inside the Huddle is all about. We've got it next.
Sports Media presents Inside the Huddle, presented by HMS Home Marketing Services. Inside the Huddle is filmed live on location at the House of Blues, Sunday nights in downtown Dallas. This week's host, tackle Jason Hatcher. Let's go. Inside the Huddle. Inside the Huddle. Presented by HMS. And here's your host, Jane Slater.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle. I'm your host, Jane Slater, joined by Jason Hatcher up on stage, who brought our guest, JJ Wilcox. And we've had all sorts of guests up on the stage in the past. We've had guys like Emmitt Smith, Jason Garrett, Tony Romo. So excited to have these guys join us. How are you guys feeling?
Lovely. I can't complain. It's great.
Feeling great.
Now, I want to keep this show upbeat, guys. But we got to get some housekeeping out of the way. I know there's a lot of people, some naysayers that say, after the Cowboys lost to the Chargers, this is the same old team. How are you guys feeling? I think it's important to see how the players are feeling.
We doesn't feel that way at all. We getting back on a positive track. Guys are down in the locker room. We take losing personal. So, but at the end of the day, man, we went out there, we beat ourselves. We watched the film. We did a lot of mistakes. That the fumble in the end zone, jumping offside, stuff like that. We got to hone in on the small things and try not to beat ourselves. But the old Cowboys, the 8-8 team is not there. We'll be a contender at the end of the season. I promise you that.
JJ, having a guy like Jason Hatcher, who is always, it seems, eternally optimistic, and he seems like he's a really great leader. How does that affect you as a rookie?
It helps out a lot. I have an all-pro, Pro Bowler like Jason Hatcher. It makes you like a father away from home. And, he's got the experience on his belt. He know what it takes to win. He know what it takes, to get back on that tradition, win a tradition again. And, it helps out a lot.
What do you think of this rookie class?
Oh, man, I say it all the time. They awesome, man. They just want to be led, man. They hungry. I could tell JJ to run through the wall, he'll do it, man. Just an awesome group of young guys are coming in. We just got to, as leaders, we got to show them the way, man. So we got to lead by example, and they're going to follow, man. My whole 8 year here, I never saw a rookie class like this, man. I'm privileged to have those guys, especially JJ, how he stepped up and been a leader, considering some of the stuff he's been through these last couple of months.
Without going too much into it, JJ, we know that you lost your mother this year, and it really seemed like your teammates really rallied behind you. How important was that?
It made a difference. It was tough. It still is tough, but the way they just support me and comfort me and just tell me just keep pushing and it's going to be all right. It helped me out a lot, me and my family both.
Talk to me about the phone call when you found out you had been selected by the Dallas Cowboys. Tell the audience here your reaction when Jerry Jones jumped on the phone.
I was like a big kid at Christmas under the tree, I bust out in tears just hearing his voice and the coaches in the background cheering, and it was an exciting time for me, one of the most exciting times of my life.
What was the phone call like when you got it from the Dallas Cowboys?
It was the same way, man. I broke down crying, my cheek, hung the phone up in Jerry's face. I was so embarrassed, but it was a great moment, just not knowing you was gonna get drafted and end up getting drafted in the third round. I thought I was gonna go as a free agent, so it was a great day for me, man. I'll never forget that day.
Now, when we come back, you're gonna love this. There is nicknames for every individual player. We're gonna have them break us down for us. Nick Hayden's is the best. That's on Inside the Huddle next.
This segment of Inside the Huddle was brought to you by HMS, helping people get out of the rent race. Albertsons Market, the official supermarket of the Dallas Cowboys. It means a great deal. Autoflex Leasing, you get the most for your lease with an Autoflex lease. And Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza.
This is how you tailgate on the ranch.
Jay, I appreciate the effort and all, but let me remind you how we tailgate in the city. Now let me show you how to tailgate when I go to Albertsons. When it comes time to shop for my tailgate favorites on game day, I go to my store, Albertsons. I know they have the freshest produce and serve only USDA Steakhouse Choice Beef. Get 10% off your groceries at Albertsons every Dallas Cowboy game day when you wear your Cowboys jersey. Albertsons is the official supermarket of the Dallas Cowboys.
Bob Lavelle here for HMS Home Marketing Services. Today I want to talk about how you might help others get out of the rent race. You see, HMS is growing again. Go figure. In this economy, and we're still hiring. Loan officers and processors with a minimum of 3 years experience and sales agents. Lots of hours, hard work, but I hear the boss is a real sweetheart. Bless his heart.
Put us to the test. Get out of the rent race. Call HMS.
We'd like to thank our sponsors. Windrush Custom Homes is your luxury custom home builder. Whether creating a home for you or homes for superstar athletes, you'll receive dedicated personal service every step of the way. Check out windrushhomes.com today. And turn your dream vehicle into a reality on wheels. Complete Customs is your one-stop shop for customizing your car or your truck. From suspension lifts and window tints to tires and audio, let this award-winning team's passion be the drive for your next project. Dirt Free Carpet, one of the world's largest independent carpet cleaning companies, specializing in green cleaning with no chemical residue by utilizing their proprietary superwater cleaning formula. Dirt Free Carpet does much more than just carpet cleaning. They also offer services for tile and grout, upholstery, wood floors, and air ducts. Operators standing by right now to take your calls at 1-817-DIRT-FREE with special offers just for Inside the Huddle viewers. So call now to see what special rates they have for your cleaning needs at 817-DIRT-FREE. That's 817-347-8373.
Papa John's Pizza for Jerry Jones?
DeMarcus. Really? Nice suit.
Everybody's hungry for the Cowboys 5-star combo. That's a large Papa John's pizza with up to 5 toppings and a 2-liter for just $10.99.
You seen my pizza?
Nope.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
When it's time for you to get your next car, do what the pros do and call AutoFlex Leasing. Whether you choose to lease a new car or flex by an AutoFlex lease return, you're assured of getting a great deal and the best service in the business. AutoFlex Leasing has been helping people drive the cars of their dreams without the nightmare of those high payments for more than 30 years. Call them today at 817 or 972-234-1234, or you can reach them at autoflex.com.
AutoFlex Lease, oh yeah.
Come on, guys.
Tilted Kilt Papa Eatery. A cold beer never looked so good.
This segment of Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Rebecca Creek Whiskey, simply Texas in a glass. Enchanted Rock Vodka, it's not how you roll, it's how you rock. Jet Air, the preferred choice for heating and air conditioning in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Pepsi, official soft drink of the Dallas Cowboys. And oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle. I'm your host, Jane Slater, joined by Jason Hatcher and JJ Wilcox up here. Real quick, want to get to this week's injury report brought to you by Microcision. George Selvey still with the concussion, Ernie Sims still listed probable with the groin, and DeMarcus Ware still probable with that neck. Well, we teased in the last segment that Rod Marinelli has got some interesting nicknames for all of his players on defense. We're going to start with Jason Hatcher. Jason, you've got an interesting nickname. Care to share?
Big Daddy.
That's a good nickname.
It is. Fits me good. But,
where does it come from?
Coach Marinelli, he told me to look up this dude named Big Daddy Lipscomb. So I went and looked him up, and I read about his life. You know, he was tall, big like me, but he did like drugs and ran women. So funny thing about it, I was like, Coach, me and this dude got one thing in common, our height. I said, I don't do no drugs and nothing like that, run women and nothing like that. But he was like, that's your nickname. So I guess me and him got the same kind of play. We play kind of high sometimes, so that's how I got the nickname.
Now, there's some other interesting nicknames. Probably one of my favorites was a guest that we had on the last time you were here, old Nick Hayden. Do you care to share that one for us?
For all the ladies, Nick Hayden. His nickname is the Golden Cock.
Now, why is it the Golden Cock?
He like a diamond in the rough. He just like a golden. So he played the nose position. So it's a cock nose. So he found him out off the street. So he named him the Golden Cock. So it's nothing, it's nothing like that.
But now, Jason, obviously you're the one that's inside the locker room. I can ask some of these questions to you guys, but what am I missing out? What do I not know about this guy that maybe I should have asked him by now?
It's a whole lot about JJ, man. JJ is kind of like a serious dude. I really observe him. He's a professional in my book. Just him losing his mom, and then the next week he was starting, and how he handled it as a rookie, man. He all business, man. He gonna be a special safety in this league, man. So as far as that, it's all business, man. I know he clown a lot, but for the most part, he taking advantage of every situation he gets. So that's why he inspired a big fella.
Appreciate that.
What have you ever wanted to ask Jason that maybe you haven't had the opportunity to yet?
What's your fantasy?
Ooh.
Whoa, wait a minute.
This segment has gotten hot. We've gone all over the place. You realize this is a Sunday morning show, right?
Right.
Taped every Monday here at the House of Blues.
We're going to keep it a secret.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll keep it a secret.
I like where you were going with that. When you're done playing football, what is your fantasy life, Jason?
Just a small house in the country on about 20 acres, a little one-story house with a catfish pond stock, a few cows, horses.
Catfish pond.
Yeah, just living a simple life. I'm a country boy. That's why I'm just ready to get back to the simple life.
It.
Now, we were talking earlier, we were talking about this beard. I mean, him and Anthony Spencer have got the gnarliest beards going on right now. And I gotta say, as much as I'd love to see you shave it for charity the way Travis Frederick did, I'm a little superstitious because you've had such a good year. I don't want you to touch that beard. Am I onto something here?
You are. I think every year I grow the beard, I have my best years. So it's like my strength. I feel like a beast out there. If I cut my beard, get the smooth baby face, I don't know. It probably take some of the dog out of me. So I'm gonna keep the beard. It's working.
How long do you think it would take him to grow his out?
Forever.
He's got like that baby face.
He still got the baby face.
Stick around. I got more with JJ Wilcox and my co-host this week, Jason Hatcher, here on Inside the Huddle.
This segment of Inside the Huddle was brought to you by Tilted Kilt at Stonebriar Mall, where good times are always on tap. Apple Vacations, America's favorite vacation company. Complete Customs, luxury automotive restyling center in McKinney. And Maximum Sports, your travel connection to all of the Cowboys games.
What's the attraction at Tilted Kilt Pub and Eatery? It's the best looking sports pub you've ever seen. Tilted Kilt Pub and Eatery, a cold beer never looked so good.
Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Rebecca Creek Whiskey, a gold medal winning blended whiskey. Rebecca Creek Whiskey is produced and bottled in San Antonio, and Burger Girl. Burger Girl features fresh ground hand-pattied burgers, hand-cut french fries, all washed down with an ice-cold beer or a rich and creamy milkshake. It's all about great food, great drinks, and great Burger Girl service. Check out Burger Girl in Frisco or visit theburgergirl.com. Alicia Trevino Uptown, powered by Century 21, provides all your real estate needs. Whether working with $1 million deal or a first-time home buyer, all clients are treated equally. Email Alicia at aliciatrevino.com for a free consultation. Dirt Free Carpet, one of the world's largest independent carpet cleaning companies, specializing in green cleaning with no chemical residue by utilizing their proprietary superwater cleaning formula. Dirt Free Carpet does much more than just carpet cleaning. They also offer services for tile and grout, upholstery, wood floors, and air ducts. Operators standing by right now to take your calls at 1-817-DIRT-FREE, with special offers just for Inside the Huddle viewers. So call now to see what special rates they have for your cleaning needs at 817-DIRT-FREE. That's 817-347-8373.
Rediscover America's favorite vacation destination, Mexico, and fall in love with the people, the culture, and oh, those beaches. Millions of Americans have experienced the magic of Mexico with Apple Vacations. For more than 40 years, Apple Vacations has provided amazing vacation values and exceptional service. See for yourself all Mexico has to offer. Mexico.
Bob Lavelle here for Home Marketing Services. I want to thank the hundreds of people who have responded to our Bless Your Heart commercial and have begun the process of getting out of the rent race with a brand new home, fantastic mortgage, and even help with bumps and bruises on credit. For the 18 people who thought my hair was too high, can't help it, it grows. And for the 86 people who thought I used vulgarity, well, bless your heart and please accept this visual to clarify the message. Peace.
This segment of Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Dirt-Free Carpet, Carpet Cleaning Service, and beyond. Floss Dental, a new experience in dentistry. Burger Girl, located across from FC Dallas Stadium in Frisco. And Kelly Alexander Photography, the Dallas Cowboys executive photographer.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle. I'm your host, Jane Slater, joined on stage by my co-host this week, Jason Hatcher, and our guest, JJ Wilcox. Now, I know you guys have got a tough one ahead. Peyton Manning, I mean, you know how it is. As you get older as a player, a lot of people, want to say you're slowing down. You've had one of your best years, and Peyton Manning at 37, this guy hasn't thrown an interception yet, 16 touchdowns. Do you just marvel at Peyton Manning just as a player yourself?
Oh, definitely. I think he, hands down the best quarterback in the NFL. And if he keep at this pace, he'll probably be the best ever did. I got a lot of respect for that guy. But he coming in our house, man. It's it's a privilege to play against a future Hall of Fame like that. If I can get to him, much as I can harass him, I will do it. So
and we want you to, Hatcher.
We're gonna make it very uncomfortable for him. We know if we sit in the pocket, he gonna pick us apart. So we got to do a great job of getting to him, affecting him, making him move around, throw the ball quick. So we're looking forward to the challenge. It's definitely gonna be one of the toughest games we had this year. So we're looking forward to the challenge.
How do you guys motivate before the game? A game like the one that we're going to have this Sunday?
I understand, it's a privilege to be here. I don't take nothing for granted. So I go out there, I'm like, it's year 8 and I'm still here. And I just go out, I pray to God every day. And I just go out there and play like I got nothing to lose every down. So that's the way I play. That's what motivates me, just to know any given day it could be my last snap. So my last snap going to be my best snap.
One thing we haven't talked about, it fascinates me how you guys just changed positions rather seamlessly. You were playing wide receiver in college, switched over to the safety position. That's ultimately what you were playing in the NFL. He told me he also used to play wide receiver. How do you guys switch from those? Because I can't even, can you guys picture him as a wide receiver? Because I can't. How do you guys make that transition?
It starts off with your surroundings and your coaching staff. My coaching staff did a great job with me. Helped me day in and day out, a lot of extra hours, backpedaling, learn how to read coverages, understand the system and stuff like that. So it takes more than just you, but where I come from, I had a great supporting staff, as I do here, and it made a difference, and I'm here now, so I'm blessed to be where I'm at, and then I thank the man above, and most of all, my family and my coaching staff back at school.
Now, last week we had Orlando Scandrick here. He brought his girlfriend, who's a very attractive girl named Drea from Basketball Wives, and a couple of players the Dallas Cowboys have dated, some celebrities in the past. Hatcher, you're married up, so this question's not for you.
Thank you.
If I'm going to put in a call for you to get you a starlet so you'll fit in the same vein of the Dallas Cowboys, who am I calling?
Alicia Keys, please.
Okay, she's locked up right now. I need a single starlet.
Rihanna.
I tell you Rihanna.
There you go.
Good girl gone bad. Like that? All right.
Like the bad
I might have to have a fight over here, but I like Rihanna.
All right, Rihanna, I'll get our team here at Dreamfly Productions to put in the phone call, see if we can't hook you up. Again, thank you so much for joining us this week. Wow. We really appreciate it. We're going to say goodbye to you. Keep Hatcher on the set. Okay. As I said, stick around. We wouldn't be able to do this show without our sponsors. And if you're dealing with maybe some low energy, feeling a little sluggish, Jason Hatcher and I, we've got the answer for you next on Inside the Huddle.
Appreciate it, boy.
This segment of Inside the Huddle was brought to you by Symantec, Insight, and HP, helping consumers and organizations secure and manage their information-driven world. Advanced Audio Video, custom home theaters and home electronic installation. And Dymaco, Dallas' finest source for quality direct mail production.
Papa John's Pizza for Jerry Jones?
DeMarcus. Really? Nice suit.
Everybody's hungry for the Cowboys 5-star combo. That's a large Papa John's pizza with up to 5 toppings and a 2-liter for just $10.99.
You seen my pizza?
Nope.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Rediscover America's favorite vacation destination, Mexico, and fall in love with the people, the culture, and oh, those beaches. Millions of Americans have experienced the magic of Mexico with Apple Vacations. For more than 40 years, Apple Vacations has provided amazing vacation values and exceptional service. See for yourself all Mexico has to offer. Mexico.
When it's time for you to get your next car, do what the pros do and call AutoFlex Leasing. Whether you choose to lease a new car or flex buy an AutoFlex lease return, you're assured of getting a great deal and the best service in the business. AutoFlex Leasing has been helping people drive the cars of their dreams without the nightmare of those high payments for more than 30 years. Call them today at 817 or 972-234-1234, or you can reach them at autoflex.com.
Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Floss. Visit Floss for a new experience in dentistry. Floss patients receive free teeth whitening for life, as well as modern upscale dentistry at in-network pricing. There are 11 convenient DFW offices. Visit flossdental.com to find your neighborhood Floss. Jet Air, your preferred Coleman dealer for commercial and residential heating and air conditioning in the DFW Metroplex. Call Jet Air today at 877-JET-AIR. That's 877-538-8247. Dreamfly Productions is a full-service film and TV production company. Owner Lisa Jenkins and her Emmy Award-winning team can take care of all of your production needs, just like they do as the producers of Inside the Huddle. Dreamfly Productions, making dreams fly.
Don't you love Albertsons and their USDA Steakhouse Choice Beef? Superior beef and perfect flavor. And did you know that Albertsons can custom cut your steak just the way you like it?
Yep, I sure did. Is that your appetizer? Albertsons is the go-to place for beef, especially since they only sell the best USDA Steakhouse Choice Beef. It's always tender and always full of flavor. Albertsons is the official supermarket of the Dallas Cowboys.
This segment of Inside the Huddle is brought to you by Alicia Trevino, Uptown Century 21, a positive force in today's market. Microcision, we've made minimally invasive even less invasive. And 1010 Collins, home of the Legends Ultimate Tailgate Party.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle. We appreciate you guys watching. I'm your host, Jane Slater, joined by my co-host, Jason Hatcher. And we've told you we can't do the show without our sponsors. On the set with us this week, Clint Herzog. You know him from Floss Dentistry, but he's got a new business venture. Clint, how are you doing?
Great. Glad to be here.
Clint, you're busy with Floss Dentistry, but now you've got something else, Thrive. Tell us a little bit about that.
You know, I mean, what we're about is a great experience, and whether that's in healthcare, right, and making the most out of your life, and whether that's dentistry or hormone replacement clinic, the Thrive. I've watched this kind of field over the last 3 years and realized that hormone replacement therapy is coming more mainstream, and couldn't we create a great experience with that, and so that people could get the most out of their lives? And so we thought of Thrive, and we opened about 2 months ago, and it's taken off like crazy.
What's the signs you look for when you are dealing with like low testosterone?
You know, literally, like I just kind of break it down. Think about your head, your body, and sex, right? So, I mean, if your head's foggy, if you're not have that mental clarity like you used to, or you're talking to somebody and you kind of zone out, you know, you ever zone out when you're on a date and you're thinking about something else and you should be listening? That's low testosterone. Or your body just doesn't feel the way it used to. You know, you don't have that same kind of like vigor or really want to go out there and dominate in life or business and just life in general. And if you're not having sex like you used to have sex, then all that's low testosterone.
It's not just people that have low sexual libido, it's the energy. It's, you know, even as you get older, I know that I've talked to a couple of guys as they get in their 30s and their 40s, and all of a sudden they're a little bit more sluggish than they used to be, or they just don't have the energy. That's all tied to low testosterone, isn't it?
Absolutely. What happens is you start to feel a little down, and most people, what they do is they substitute that with caffeine, right? So they start drinking more caffeine, then they sabotage their adrenal glands, or their adrenal system starts to get fatigued, and it really just goes downhill from there. So what we're going to do is bring you in and check all your levels, not just your testosterone, but how are all your systems working together? How can we make them work together so you really get the most out of your life? Do you wake up, you're ready to take on the day, whether it's a work day or a fun day, and really just get the most out of it?
So if I come in and get a shot, will I fail the drug test?
Yeah, no comment. You're going to get me in trouble here. Not going to get me in trouble here. But what we're doing is really looking at your levels and put you at the high normal limit, right? I mean, we're putting you at high normal limits. We're not putting you in danger. We're going to put you at the optimal limit that you used to be at when you felt great in all those categories. At
what age should you start getting tested? In other words, you're in your 20s and you're feeling a little sluggish. It might be something else. Does your center kind of look and see, maybe this is a testosterone issue, or maybe there's something going on otherwise with your health?
Right, so we're going to treat your whole body. I mean, your adrenal systems, your digestion, your hormones, they all have to be working together to make you feel and work the best, right? Your body has to work the best. It used to be around 50 years old that started to go down because of all the environmental factors, the food we eat, the stress we have. It's really getting to the early 30s where people start to see low testosterone. And so, if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you feel that way, or any age above that, come in, get tested, free consultation, and we'll take a look and tell you how you can get the most out of your body.
Hatch, maybe if you're feeling some of the testosterone, maybe getting a little low.
Yeah.
You don't have to be ashamed. That's what Clint is here to tell you. You don't have to be ashamed about it, Jason.
I'm not the only one here, I know. I see some of them guys out there looking like they need some testosterone shots.
You see a couple guys in the audience? How many?
Right here in the blue shirt.
Got one right there. Yeah. We're going to call you out at this point, and then Clint's going to hand out some business cards if that's okay, guys. Don't be ashamed.
Hey,
We're
it's for women too.
it.
For women too.
If your wife not smiling, you need a testosterone shot.
I love it. Well, again, we appreciate you tuning in. We want to thank Ray Salinas and Chris Vandeventer of Sports Media, Lisa Jenkins and Dreamfly Productions, and don't forget to stick around. We've got, obviously, Jerry Jones, his special edition show following it, and we'll be back next week with Inside the Huddle. Thanks for tuning in.
Inside the Huddle has been presented by HMS, helping people get out of the rent race. 1010 Collins, Advanced Audio Video, Albertsons Market, Alicia Trevino, Apple Vacations, Autoflex Leasing, Burger Girl, Complete Customs, Dymaco, Dirt Free Carpet, Enchanted Rock Vodka, Floss Dental, Jet Air, Kelly Alexander Photography, Maximum Sports, Microcision, Papa John's, Rebecca Creek Whiskey, Semantic, Insight, and HP, Tilted Kilt at Stonebriar Mall, Pepsi, and 7-Eleven. Promotional consideration provided by video production of Inside the Huddle by Dreamfly Productions. Inside the Huddle is a Sports Media Incorporated production. Executive producers Ray Salinas and Chris Vandeventer.